Harold had heard about a secluded lake in the heart of the woods, yet its exact location remained a mystery. Since his wife's passing, he yearned for a tranquil fishing spot. The solitude proved almost therapeutic. Fishing became his solace, a way to heal his grieving heart in his newfound loneliness. Despite lacking precise coordinates, one early Saturday morning, Harold resolved to venture into the woods in search of this elusive lake. The chilly air was invigorating as he parked his truck just off the road. Armed with his fishing gear, he plunged into the woods, guided more by the desire for solitude than a clear path. As Harold trekked deeper into the woods, he noticed an unsettling stillness. Pausing, he strained to detect any sign of life, but found none. The absence of sound felt unnatural, as though the woods had been silenced by some unseen force, leaving an eerie vacuum in its wake. Undeterred by the strange atmosphere, Harold pressed on, though the semblance of a path eluded him. Hours passed as he wandered deeper into the woods, reluctant to admit he was lost. Despite his efforts to remain calm, a growing sense of unease gnawed at him. The woods seemed forgotten, devoid of life, hinting at a lurking presence best left undisturbed. Resting against a tree, Harold felt the chill of isolation seep into his bones. The unnerving silence persisted, amplifying his discomfort. Sensing a foreboding presence, he quickened his pace, though a creeping dread lingered in his mind. After what felt like an eternity, Harold emerged from the dense forest to behold the serene beauty of the lake, a welcome sight amidst the desolation. Relief flooded over him as he laughed in sheer disbelief. His anxiety dissolved in the tranquil embrace of the water's edge. Spotting a dinghy nearby, Harold hurried toward it, the vessel a beacon of hope amid the eerie calm. With paddle in hand, he pushed off into the water, embracing the solitude of the lake's center. Casting his line, he savored the tranquility, lost in the rhythm of the water. After a few minutes, a strong tug bent his rod. Harold was overjoyed. The fight was hard. The struggle went on for a couple of minutes, Harold completely absorbed with the task at hand. Then, for a quick moment, he looked up. Shocked, he let go of the rod. It splashed and quickly submerged, pulled by the weight of the potential catch. On the shore, Harold saw what seemed to be a small group of people. He waved. "Hello there, neighbors." He awaited a response, but nothing came. They just stared back, motionless. Harold slowly began rowing toward the group. Upon closer inspection, he noticed they weren't people at all. They were mannequins, and he was absolutely certain they weren't there before. Frightened, he began to row in the opposite direction toward the shore. He quickly got off the boat without turning his back on the lake. He heard branches breaking behind him. He turned around with a jolt. Standing in front of him was an older man holding a rifle, his face partially covered with a long, unkempt beard. "What are you doing here?" he said nervously. "I just wanted to find some peaceful fishing at the lake, mister," Harold replied with his arms in the air. "Please, put the gun down. I'm not a threat." "You shouldn't be here," the man said. Do you see those mannequins? Are they yours? Did you put them there?" Harold asked nervously. The man looked over Harold's shoulder. His expression changed to one of genuine horror. His face turned pale once he saw the figures at the opposite end of the lake. "We don't talk about those, mister," he said. "You need to go. You need to go now. You need to leave now. Leave! Go!" Harold saw in the man's demeanor and tone that it wasn't a threat, but a warning, as if he was trying to spare him from seeing something he shouldn't. The man lowered the weapon and ran, disappearing into the woods. Harold, in a panic, hurriedly followed, but the man had already disappeared. He heard a loud boom behind him, echoing from the lake, and sprinted without glancing back. Unsure of how long he ran, Harold pressed forward without pause. By some fortunate twist of fate, he stumbled upon his truck, yet froze in astonishment at the sight before him. Mannequins surrounding the vehicle facing him. They weren't ordinary. Someone had painted them black and clothed them with black robes, making them more terrifying than the ones by the lake. Scanning the area, Harold summoned his courage and swiftly approached the truck. He shoved aside the mannequins, causing some to topple over, and climbed into the driver's seat. His hands trembled as he struggled to steer the vehicle. He sped away from the woods, constantly checking the rearview mirror, anticipating a ghastly sight, but there was nothing. Only the desolate road flanked by trees on either side. As Harold sped along the desolate road, an ominous sensation gripped him, enveloping his every thought. The hushed atmosphere of the surrounding forest seemed to murmur foreboding secrets, while ominous shadows played at the edges of his vision. Despite his fervent efforts to dispel the unsettling unease, a chilling realization washed over him. The mannequins, the thunderous noise, the eerie quietness, all fragments of a cryptic puzzle obscured by darkness, hinting at a malevolent presence lurking just beyond his understanding. With each mile he covered, the burden of uncertainty pressed down upon him like a stifling weight, casting a veil over the path ahead, and forever changing his desire for solitude and lonely serenity.